Welcome to Chandwell. My name's Michael, and I've been experimenting with forced perspective to make it look like a street vanishes into the distance behind my scratch-built hotel. I wasn't planning on a video this week as I've not made that much progress. However, I've made a bit of a breakthrough on an element that was bothering me, and I thought I would show it today. I also have a question for you near the end, and I'd appreciate your thoughts. In my last video, I showed this. The roof is getting smaller as it goes into the distance, but the street is also moving backwards and into the back scene. This results in an odd shape that won't ever look perfect from all angles. The unusual roofline was bothering me. My first idea to resolve this was to add a flat piece of roof behind the building. I made it the right shape based on the size of the roof and the building's vanishing point. Once it was tiled and glued to the back of the building, it improved the roof by quite a bit, especially from back here. I added chimneys to the main building and drew one at the correct perspective for the receding building. Stuck to 0.5mm card, it was tiny. It looked like it may work though. A tiny drop of glue and wrapped with texture, it did look okay in place. With a little chimney in place, the effect was better, but with the back bit being flat and the roof at an angle, the shading was causing problems. The flat part looked much darker than the roof part. I brushed white weathering powder over the flat bit, and it did make it look a little bit better. While this was going on, I was exchanging some emails with friend of the channel, Don. He was convinced that I could get one single piece of roof in place which would work. I cut a small bit of off-cut card and held it in place with clamps. Maybe he was right. But against the flat back scene, there would be a twist in it. Would it work? I needed to get rid of the little chimney. Should I pull it off? Okay then. Yes, this may work, but I can't test it in place with these clamps on. With Don's encouragement, I decided to just go for it. Surgery was needed. It had been well stuck together, but it came apart cleanly in the end. You know, I think Don is right. But the surgery has caused me to bend the building front. It's as crooked as a dog's leg. More surgery needed. I took a stack of 3 layers of 1mm card and stuck it behind the most deformed part, before adding some extra spine triangles and holding the whole thing down with a box whilst the glue dried. Back to the roof, the piece I'd cut was almost exactly the same shape as the original piece I'd made and discarded. So it was an easy job to cut the skylights and then fit the piece. Whenever I have funny angles to get right, I always shave away tiny slices and dry fit until it is spot on. I tiled the roof with strips of scale scenes tiles, following the lines of the perspective. Once this was done, it was simply a case of using PVA to glue the new piece in place. With the roof on and the building back in situ, I think the new roof is much better than my first couple of attempts. There is a definite twist as the card goes from roof slope to vertical against the back scene. The camera picks it up really well, but honestly it can't be seen by the naked eye, especially from a typical viewing distance. Thank you, Don, for your insistence that this would work. It really has helped me. I am very close to completing this building with its challenging angles. I'll then have 10 more completely different buildings to make on the back of Market Street. The techniques will always be similar, so I would like to hear your thoughts on what to show in my videos. Would you prefer just a "this is what I did this week" overview like I've been doing recently, or would you like each one to focus on one particular thing, like windows, roofs, textures, glue, printing, varnishing, etc.? I'm really enjoying sharing these videos and I want them to be as enjoyable as possible to you, so please let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas. It's 1 year this week since I made the weir scene. Here's a look at that if you're interested. If you'd like to support Chandwell by becoming a channel member or even just buying me a coffee, there is information in the description of this video. I'm off to finish this building now, so until next time, thank you for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you then.